Hello my friends, and welcome to episode 5 of my Rookie Goes Karting series. I'm sure you're eagerly anticipating it. And here we are today at Ellough Park. I don't actually know how to pronounce it if I'm completely honest, so if you guys can drop a comment down below on how to actually pronounce it, it'd be very helpful, because I'm just going to go with Ellough Park because it rolls off the tongue much easier. So in this episode I'm going to start off with a new rival. And it's probably going to be my last new rival of the season. And it's going to be Mr. Justin Draper, who you might have seen on the live timings throughout the series so far. We both have a very similar pace, so he's going to be joining the crew at the moment. Hopefully I can get something on him. So let's just jump straight into the first heat. And I didn't really have any practice beforehand. And yeah, I've just had 4 minutes practice, so literally I've got new to the circuit completely, never been here before. And both have done it in this race, and yeah, I would like to beat a done it. and as I haven't been here before, I don't want to finish last, if I'm honest. So hopefully I can manage that. So coming towards the end of the first lap, I'm still in 12th place, which is an alright start, but considering it's my first ever racing lap at this circuit and I'm still keeping pace with the drivers in front, I'm going to put it down as a good start. And as you can see, I'm 4 tenths ahead of Luke there, and obviously I'm going to be keeping an eye on him during this race. So into lap 3, I'm still in 12th, but I'm keeping pace with this massive group of drivers in front. Which, yeah, it means the opportunity for still gaining position before the end of the race is still on. So going into this corner here, a driver sends it down the inside and then spins, which forces 3 drivers out wide, and I fully take advantage of it to go all the way up to 8th place, which is bloody awesome, to be honest. And yeah, I think that's my highest ever position I've been in a heat. I know I've finished 8th before, but that was because a bloody load of drivers in front of me had penalties. I think I was finished like 12th or 11th, and 3 drivers had penalties that got promoted up to 8th before. Probably Wilton Mill a few years ago maybe, but yeah, hopefully in 8th place. I mean, it started fantastic really. So by lap 6 I'm still in 8th, but I'm defending for my life ahead of some really experienced drivers behind. I make a mistake into turn 1 and could just get a bit of a slide on. So it opens the opportunity for Mr. Seeger and Mr. Powell to send it down the inside here, which that's the difference, if I'm honest. That is the difference. They make very little mistakes in Class 2 and Class 1. I can keep pace through most corners. Say they have decent pace through 80% of the corners. I only have decent pace and keep it consistent for maybe 50% of the corners. Like even now, I just go for a little slide and lose a couple tenths. That's the difference. They are so consistent compared to me. Which is annoying. I feel I have pace through corners. I just, like I say, I'm not consistent enough. And yeah, going into the final lap, I've dropped back a little bit. And yeah, but 10th place I think is really good considering my first time at this circuit. And I mean, 10th place out of 17 really opens up a possibility to finish in the B final maybe. So yeah, Luke, I don't know what happened to Luke. He finished 17th and 27 seconds back, and a penalty as well. So he didn't have the best race, but yeah, so I beat James as well. And I'm going to give that race a 5-star. I think it's my first 5-star of the season. And yeah, just for how well I did under the circumstances and completing all my objectives, yeah, I'm going to give that a 5-star race. So going into the second heat, my optimism is greatly improved, because now I'm like, maybe I can finish quite high up. I'm not going to be putting objectives, yeah, I don't want to finish last or anything like that. I'm going to be positive. So going into this race, I want to try and finish in the top 11, which yeah, if I could manage that, the B final was definitely on, and obviously outside of that I want to show some consistency, and like always put it there, I want to have a good start, which basically means just avoid incident on the first lap basically, and Justin is right ahead of me there, and I go for a little move. It goes a bit wide into it. I'd give him a little bit of a tap, but be a bit of a poor move if I try and send it there. But going into this hairpin here, I pull a rather nice move around the outside of him, and yeah, I get him on the exit. So yeah, I'm up to 13th. I think it's a decent start so far, and yeah, I really enjoyed this corner. I just yeah. When I got it right, anyway, I really enjoy that corner, because I seem to gain a lot of time throughout the whole day on quite a few drivers. And going into this corner here, maybe it was a bit messy. I could have got that move if I was a bit cleaner there, but Mr. Williams holds his position, which is fair enough. But he has a bit of a poor exit onto the back straight here, so I've got the pace on him. And Human DRS is active right now, and yeah, I've got the move going into turn 1, so I'm up to 12th, and yeah, I've definitely had a good start. So yeah, this is going well. This is going well. So only one more position to gain for the 11th place that I want. I mean, at this point, I couldn't believe it. I mean, maybe it's because a lot of drivers haven't been to this circuit before. I don't know. This is me driving. I'm racing all right at the moment. This is probably, in hindsight, this is probably the best I've ever performed in Club 100 in this race. Like, I know I'm down in 12th, but I felt this race I was just on it, and I don't know why. I don't know. I think I had Wheatos for breakfast, which is I don't know, might be the reason why. But yeah, it's still a bit of a pack ahead, and I'm still keeping pace with it. And this section, I really love this section. It's flat all the way through, and it's going into a hard braking zone. I love that section. I don't know, it translates onto the screen, but the guys are fighting ahead, and I gained 2 positions on the exit there, which is bloody awesome. I mean, the drivers I'm fighting with and drivers I'm competing with here are really fast drivers, and yeah, I'm up in 10th place behind Mr. Slater here, who's also a very quick driver. And yeah, into lap 4, and I'm really happy with how this is going, and a B final is a definite possibility at this point. I'm thinking, right, Sam, just do not mess this up. It's going very well at this point. So going into lap 5, I'm still maybe, I don't know, half a second back of this pack of 4 karts here. I'm just trying to get on the back of these karts, because once you're in 2 or 3 tenths, you sort of got a bit of slipstream, and you can catch up a little bit easier and just fight with them a bit more. I'm just trying to, you know, have a decent lap here so I can catch up. As you can see, they're fighting a little bit, so I'm closing the gap a little bit, and the guy's going very defensive into that corner, in which I can close the gap just a little bit more, and I'm right on the tail of Mr. Slater again. So if I can just not make a mistake and just not have some poor corners, I can stick with these guys and maybe gain a few positions. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this race, if I'm honest, because it's going really well. And yeah, going into this section here, I'm gaining a little bit. I mean, I did enjoy this corner, like I say. I gained a little bit of time there, and yeah, they're fighting a little bit again. I gained it right on the back of Mr. Slater there, but I go a little bit too deep because I didn't want to hit him. I just yeah, I just outbrake myself a little bit. So yeah, I'm definitely being a bit more consistent this race, like I say. So yeah, going into the second to last lap, all the drivers ahead of me are Class 2 drivers, and they're really quick, and the drivers behind me are, like, you know, they're over a second, so it's unlikely they're going to catch up unless, like, there's some incident or I mess up or whatever. So yeah, as someone texts me, yeah, into the last lap, I'm still on the tail of Mr. Mendez here, and yeah, I'm just looking for a bit of a move. This is my last chance to really make a move and have a little look, but I'm just not close enough. And yeah, 10th place. I mean, I even though I didn't really gain any positions for the second half of this race, I really enjoyed that race. That's probably one of the best races I've ever had in Club 100 in terms of my raw pace. I mean, I was only what was it, 1 second or 6th place in that race, and yeah, it's gone really well. Everyone's texted me. I'm sorry. So yeah, 10th place. I completed all my objectives, and yeah, it's another 5-star race, definitely. I would give it a 6-star race, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not like some hotel ratings. I'm just going to keep it to 1 to 5 star, keep it simple. So going into this third heat, we worked out, well, me and a few drivers worked out, as long as I don't finish last, I'm in a B final. But the thing is, I have a tendency to bottle it, as you well know. And yeah, my only objective is don't finish last. So let's see if I can manage it. So towards the end of the first lap, I'm in 15th as James goes for a very dubious move on Mr. Ezra into the final corner there, and yeah, it's an alright start. I mean, I'm not last, which is my main aim, but I want to beat James, let's be honest. It's very much in the realm of possibility that I can beat him, so yeah, I did drop back a little bit on the turn 1 there. He had a much better line than I did, but yeah, I'm just focusing my attention on beating him. I've sort of forgotten about my fact that I don't want to finish last, but yeah, he gets held up a little bit by a driver in front who had a bit of a poor corner. I go for a move down the inside here, and I don't know, I forced him out wide just slightly there. And yeah, we're side by side going into this corner here, and I've got to yield as he's got track position there, but I've got a better exit. And I send it down the inside here, and yeah, I get the braking point perfectly, and I close the door just slightly, and yeah, it's a half decent overtake, but I lost maybe a second or two fighting with James there. It was a great fight, but now I can't really catch up, and I found I did get a warning for shunting James wide just slightly beforehand, which if I get another one, it's a 4-place penalty, I believe, so I'll try not to do that. And while at 4, I'm still 14th. I'm still trying to work on catching the guys in front back up, and yeah, it's if I'm honest, I'm just battling with James and just paying attention to where James is. And here, right here, listen carefully, I clip that wall. If the stewards have saw me do it, there's automatically a 1-place penalty for a cone hit, or whatever they like to call it these days. So coming around here, I'm thinking, please say they haven't seen it, please say they haven't seen it, please say they haven't seen it. Shit. Yeah, I mean, now that means I have to beat James, no matter what. I'm 2.5 seconds behind Mr. Child in 13th there, so it's unlikely I'm going to gain any positions unless someone has an incident of some sort, so I've got to beat James. So at the moment, I'm obviously 15th at this point, and James is 14th, but if James were to overtake me, I'll drop down to 16th and last. So by lap 7, I'm super nervous. I'm so nervous, honestly. I'm just. James is only half a second behind, which is a mistake. I'm a mistake away from finishing last. I'm so nervous. And obviously, you know, James wants to beat me as much as I want to beat him. So it's the pressure's getting to me a little bit. I have caught up to the drivers in front just a little bit, but I'm obviously not going to be close enough by the end of this lap to overtake anyone, unless it's some incident, like I say. But yeah, I'm just looking behind me every opportunity to see where James is now. I'm just just trying to get every corner perfect. I can go a little bit deep there. I lost a bit of time again going into the hairpin or whatever, the exit, and I'm just trying to get every corner right, because he'll go for a move, as you saw earlier, if he gives it even half an opportunity. But coming round here, I've bloody done it.
He's done it!
Oh man, I can't tell you how gassed I was, man, how buzzing I was to find out I was in a B final after this race. Honestly, I was absolutely just over the moon, man. It's been 2.5 seasons coming now, as I swear. I'm in 15th place. I've raced so poorly in that race as well. I mean, I was so bad. I only give it a 2-star performance because I didn't finish last, basically, and I did what I wanted to do. But the main thing is, who cares, man? I didn't beat any rivals, but I'm in a B final. Man, finally. And you know what? I was speaking to Mr. Theodore, who's starting this racing pole before this race, and he was telling me, just enjoy it. And he's right, because the pressure's off. Like, I create my own pressure for these races, because I want to finish in a B final so badly. So I'm just thinking, right, I've got to do well. Even for the videos as well, I'm just like, I want to make good content. No one wants to see me finish an 18th in a C final constantly. So I just create pressure. But now I can just, just go out and enjoy myself, man. I just, and look at this start. I've gained 7 positions by turn 3. So I'm just, it's been a great start. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the race, because I know I did. So going on to the straight here, I'm in 12th position, which is a bloody great first lap. I gained 8 positions from my 20th starting position, but I'm 1.3 seconds back to some very quick drivers ahead. So unless there's some sort of mistake, I'm very unlikely to catch these guys already, which is a bit disappointing, because normally if I'm sort of with people or fighting with people, it sort of inspires me to go quicker, I think. But since I'm back in 12th, it's already a bit of a gap, and it's kind of hard to close it up. And but if I'm honest, I can't really complain. I just want to enjoy myself this race. And by the 4th lap, I'm still keeping pace with the driver in the orange helmet there. I've got similar pace to him, so obviously I want to close the gap to him. But I have a bit of a poor line in going to the hairpin. I go a bit too deep, which opens up possibility for a driver to go alongside me here. I see him, which is why I go very defensive, but he's got a better line on the exit. So it's a great move from Mr. Singh, I believe, on the last corner there. So it's I'm down to 13th, and hopefully I can manage to get that position back. But I'm just enjoying myself, man. I just got these are really quick drivers. I'm competing with them. I'm in the top half in the B final, which compared to where I finished in my normal videos, I'm down in 18th in C's, man. I just feel like I've always said in my videos before, I feel like I've got the pace, but there's always something that happens that stops me from getting where I want to be. But by lap 6, Mr. Singh, I believe Mr. Rashid are fighting each other, so it's in the gap has closed up a lot. So that 11th place is there, but then I got shunted wide really annoyingly on the second to last corner there, which makes me lose all my momentum. I know you ended up losing 2 positions there, and I don't have the speed going down the straight, so Mr. Glennon overtakes me on the line as well. So I'm down in 16th, which is a bit annoying, but it happens. I mean, the driver in question who did push me wide slightly did get a penalty for it, so it means it didn't go unpunished, I guess. So but still 16th place in the B final. I'm still fighting with the guys in 14th, and as you can see, the driver who did push me wide is right on the tail of the guys in 11th and 12th up there. So I could have been in that fight up there if I didn't get shunted wide. But these things happen. I'm still more than happy being 16th in a B final. I mean, if someone offered me from that before I started racing today, then geez, I would have accepted it 100%. And I have a little look down the exit there, but Mr. Glennon has a much better exit than I did there, so can't really gain anything going into turn 1. And it's just a case of maybe gain a couple of positions. But I am in a bit of the middle of a train here. The driver in 14th is the front of maybe a 5-6 cart train. So by the going into the final lap, I've dropped back a little bit, and I'm in like a 3 or 4 kart train. I'm sort of ahead of it, but I'm just trying to close the gap, have the best lap I can really, because like I said earlier in the video, I just seem to have the pace of these guys that are ahead of me. I just make too many mistakes, like losing a few tenths here and there, which this is why I'm always quite far back. But I gained a little bit of time there, so I've closed up to maybe less than a second. So if someone has an incident, I can maybe gain a couple of positions. And yeah, I mean, 16th place, like I said, in a B final, I can't grumble at that whatsoever. But I make a very poor move into the hairpin there. It makes the driver behind have a little look down the corner there, but I'm much better I learnt from the move before to know how to get that corner right, and just make sure I get the last corner right to have the best result I can. And then yeah, Mr. I believe it was Mendes on the line, who very nearly got me. He was side by side, but I was just in front. I mean, look at that. Was it 400ths behind me? I mean, he was less than half a kart length next to me. But yeah, I was looking at him the whole way up that straight. I wish I had helmet cam. I really do. But yeah, it's. But obviously, I just want to enjoy myself. And I mean, apart from that incident in the middle of the race, I mean, it's still a 4-star race. I mean, if that didn't happen, I would have maybe finished 13th, 14th. So yeah, I mean, 60. I've had a great day, let's be honest. And onto my rivals. I mean, I've just gained ground on all of them. I mean, Justin and James beat me once today, so they've got a point. But I also beat them both twice. I've got a point on Russell, Luke and Ross. I didn't actually see Russell and Ross at all today in terms of racing, and yeah, but I've still got a point on them because of my glorious B final finish. They're in the lowly C final, obviously. So yeah, I've got a point on them there. So yeah, and in summary today, I mean, geez, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I've had a really good day racing wise. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I feel like it's just been a long time coming. I'm just really happy with it. And 5 stars for sure, man. 12 positions gained overall. I was quite surprised when I looked at that afterwards. But yeah, I gained a lot of positions in the first heat and the B final. So yeah, this was a really fun video to make, because when the karting is really good, I'm more motivated to make these videos. But when the karting is really bad, I don't know, don't think people want to see it, so I'm just like, it seems to take longer making it. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please drop me a like and a subscription if you enjoyed it, and hopefully the next video will be just as good as this. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.